All right, listen up, you magnificent bastards. Jordan Belfort here, and I'm about to drop some truth bombs that'll shatter every cozy little lie you've been fed about money. You think you know about wealth? You think saving your pennies and following your passion is the path to riches? Wrong. That's kindergarten finance, designed to keep you in the kiddie pool while the real sharks are swimming in the ocean. For too long, you've been sold a bill of goods, a fantasy spun by mediocre minds who wouldn't know a real fortune if it bit them in the ass. You're working your fingers to the bone, playing by rules that were designed to keep you broke, compliant, and trapped. Well, not anymore. Not on my watch. Today, we're not just talking about money, we're talking about freedom. We're talking about smashing through the mental barriers that have been holding you back, about reprogramming your brain to attract wealth like a damn magnet instead of chasing it like a desperate fool. I've built empires, crashed them, and then rebuilt them stronger than ever. I've seen the raw, unadulterated power of money, and I've seen the debilitating effects of believing in financial fairy tales. So trust me, when I tell you what you're about to hear will not just change your bank account, it will change your life. It's time to expose the 3 biggest money lies that are keeping you stuck in the mud and replace them with the cold, hard, undeniable truths of wealth building. Are you ready to get rich? Let's go. Lie hash 1. A penny saved is a penny earned. The scarcity mindset that keeps you poor. All right, let's kick this off with a classic. You've heard it a million times. Your grandma probably whispered it in your ear while you were counting your allowance. A penny saved is a penny earned. Sounds harmless, right? Sounds responsible. It sounds like the kind of advice a cautious, risk-averse, broke individual would give you. This isn't about disrespecting your elders. This is about reality. This is about smashing the scarcity mindset that has been deeply ingrained in your subconscious, holding you hostage in the land of not enough. The trap of scarcity. When you focus on saving pennies, you're operating from a place of fear and limitation. You're telling your brain money is scarce. I need to hold on to every single cent because there won't be more. And guess what? Your subconscious, that incredibly powerful, obedient servant of yours, hears that loud and clear. It says, understood. We will now filter reality to confirm that money is indeed scarce. So you start seeing lack everywhere. You see expenses as threats. You see opportunities as risks. You pinch pennies, you nickel and dime. And while you're busy saving pocket change, the big money, the real money, the money that moves mountains is flowing past you like a damn river. Think about it. Have you ever met a truly wealthy person who built their fortune by clipping coupons and obsessing over saving $5 on their coffee? No. They're obsessed with creating value, with generating massive income streams, with leveraging their time and resources to make money multiply. The wealthy mindset, creation over conservation. The wealthy understand a fundamental truth. Money is an abundant resource. It's not limited. There's always more to be made, more to be created, more to be attracted. Their focus isn't on how much they can save. It's on how much they can earn and how much value they can provide. Instead of a penny saved is a penny earned, the mantra of the truly rich is a penny invested is a dollar earned. Or even better, a penny created is a fortune generated. They understand the power of leverage. They don't trade hours for dollars. They build systems. They create products. They invest in assets that make money for them even while they sleep. That's the difference between a laborer and a financier, between a busy bee and a king. Actionable advice. Shift your focus from saving to earning and investing. Identify your scarcity triggers. What thoughts or situations make you feel like money is limited? Is it looking at your bank balance, hearing negative news? Become brutally aware of these triggers and interrupt them. Focus on value creation instead of asking, how can I save money? Start asking, how can I create more value in the marketplace? What problem can you solve for others? What skill can you develop that is in high demand? Invest in yourself. The best investment you can ever make is in your own mind and skills. Whether it's books, courses, mentors, or seminars, pour money into learning and growing, because the more you learn, the more you earn. It's that simple. Embrace risk, calculated risk. The wealthy don't avoid risk, they manage it. They understand that without risk, there's no reward. Start small, but start taking calculated risks that have the potential for massive upside. This isn't about gambling. It's about intelligent, strategic moves. Develop an abundance mindset. Act as if money is abundant. When you spend money, do it with gratitude and the expectation of more coming in. This isn't about being irresponsible. It's about aligning your energy with the flow of wealth. Remember, your mind is a magnet. What you constantly think about, what you constantly focus on, you attract. Stop attracting scarcity and start attracting abundance. The first step is to burn that penny saved mentality to the ground. 𝐊𝐸2. Money is the root of all evil. The guilt and shame that repels wealth. Oh, here we go. The oldest trick in the book, designed to keep the masses subservient and the power in the hands of the few. Money is the root of all evil. What a load of absolute, unadulterated crap. This lie, this insidious poison, has been injected into our collective consciousness for centuries. It's preached from pulpits, whispered in classrooms, and perpetuated by those who either don't have money or are terrified of its power. The guilt and shame cycle. When you believe money is evil, you unconsciously sabotage your own financial success. You feel guilty for wanting it, ashamed for pursuing it, and uncomfortable when you acquire it. This internal conflict creates massive dissonance. Your conscious mind says, I want to be rich, but your subconscious, programmed with this lie, screams, no, that's evil. You'll become a bad person. So what happens? You find ways to push money away. You make bad investments. You spend compulsively. You avoid opportunities. You self-sabotage, all because your deepest belief tells you that wealth is inherently corrupting. This is why many people who suddenly come into a lot of money lose it just as quickly. They haven't reprogrammed their internal money blueprint. Think about the sheer idiocy of this lie. Is a hammer evil? Is electricity evil? Is a car evil? No! These are tools! Money is a tool. It's a neutral force, an amplifier. It amplifies who you already are. Money is an amplifier, the truth about wealth. If you're a good person, money will allow you to do more good. You can fund charities, build schools, create jobs, support your family, and make a massive positive impact on the world. If you're a selfish jerk, money will allow you to be a bigger selfish jerk. But money itself is not the problem. The person wielding the money is the variable. The wealthy understand this. They see money as a resource, a means to an end, a tool to achieve their goals and create their vision. They don't worship it, but they respect its power and understand its utility. They know that money can buy time, convenience, security, and the ability to solve problems on a grand scale. Actionable advice. Embrace money as a tool for good. Challenge limiting beliefs. Consciously identify and challenge any negative beliefs you hold about money. Where did they come from? Are they truly serving you? Write them down and then write down the opposite. Empowering belief. Focus on the good money can do. Shift your focus from the perceived evils of money to the immense good it can facilitate. Visualize yourself using money to help others, to create positive change, to live a life of contribution. Study wealthy philanthropists. Look at individuals who have used their wealth to make a significant positive impact. Study their stories. Understand their motivations. This will help you associate wealth with positive outcomes. Practice financial gratitude. Be grateful for every dollar you have, no matter how small. This sends a powerful signal of abundance to your subconscious and helps you build a positive relationship with money. Reframe money as energy. Money is simply a form of energy. It flows where attention and value are directed. Learn to attract and direct that energy towards your goals. Break free from the chains of guilt and shame. Money is not evil. It is power, and in the right hands, it can be a force for incredible good in the world. Stop fearing it and start commanding it. 𝐊𝐸3, follow your passion and the money will follow. The romantic fantasy that leads to poverty. This one, my friends, is perhaps the most insidious of all because it sounds so noble, so inspiring, so utterly romantic. Follow your passion and the money will follow. It's a beautiful sentiment, A dream whispered by poets and perpetuated by motivational gurus who've never built a real business in their lives. And it's a lie. A beautiful, soul-crushing lie that leads countless ambitious individuals down a path of endless struggle, frustration, and ultimately poverty. The passion trap. Don't get me wrong. Passion is important. It fuels you. It drives you. It gives you energy when the going gets tough. But passion alone does not pay the bills. Passion alone does not build an empire. Passion alone does not put food on the table, a roof over your head, or send your kids to the best schools. The problem with follow your passion as a primary strategy for wealth is that it often ignores the fundamental laws of economics, supply and demand, value creation, and market needs. Your passion might be collecting rare stamps, or interpretive dance, or spending hours perfecting your ability to juggle flaming chainsaws. That's fantastic. Pursue it as a hobby, as a source of joy, as a way to enrich your life. But don't expect the market to automatically reward you for it, unless there's a demonstrated need and a willingness to pay for that specific passion. Many people chase their passion only to find themselves perpetually broke, blaming the universe, blaming the system, blaming everything but the flawed strategy they adopted. They're doing what they love, but they're not providing value that the market is willing to pay for. The market demands value first, passion second, initially. The truth is, you should find a market that is hungry, suffering, and willing to pay for a solution to their problems. Then you develop a skill, create a product or service, and solve that problem for them. That's where the money is. Once you've built financial security, once you've created a solid foundation of wealth, then you can align your passion with your business or pursue your passion as a separate venture funded by your financial success. This is how sensible people operate. They don't starve for their art. They build a platform from which their art can flourish. Think about it. Who would you rather consult for financial advice? Someone who's passionate about abstract art but is constantly broke? Or someone who built a multi-million-dollar business by solving a real tangible problem for thousands of people? The answer is obvious. Actionable advice. Serve the market, then integrate passion. Identify a hungry crowd. This is paramount. Don't start with your passion. Start by identifying a group of people who are in pain, have money, are easy to target, and are in a growing market. This is where the opportunity lies. Solve a problem for that crowd. Once you've found your hungry crowd, focus relentlessly on solving a significant problem for them. The bigger the pain, the more they'll pay for a solution. Develop high-value skills, acquire skills that allow you to effectively solve those problems. This might mean learning sales, marketing, product development, or management. These are the levers that move the needle. Create a grand slam offer. Craft an offer so compelling that your target market feels stupid saying no. This involves maximizing the dream outcome and perceived likelihood of achievement while minimizing time, effort, and sacrifice. Build wealth strategically. Focus on one product for one avatar, through one channel, until you hit your first million. Don't diversify too early. Intense focus brings disproportionate returns. Integrate passion once secure. Once you have financial security and a consistent income stream, then you can strategically integrate your passions. You can invest in them, pursue them as a side venture, or even pivot your main business to align more closely with your deepest interests. But do it from a position of strength, not desperation. Stop chasing the romantic illusion of passion will pay. Start by serving the market, building real value, and accumulating wealth. Then your passion will not only be sustainable, it will be amplified by your financial success. The blueprint for true wealth beyond the lies. Now that we've detonated those 3 insidious lies, it's time to build a new foundation, a blueprint for real wealth that isn't based on fantasy or fear, but on cold, hard, undeniable truth. This isn't just about making money, it's about claiming your financial destiny, about stepping into the powerful, abundant individual you were always meant to be. 1. The fundamentals of wealth creation don't just earn you. Most people try to earn their way to $1 million. They grind, they save, they trade their precious time for a paycheck. And while hard work is absolutely essential, it's a slow, tax-heavy, and often unfulfilling path to true wealth. The real game changers, the multimillionaires, the billionaires, they own their way to wealth. They build assets, businesses, real estate, intellectual property, things that generate income and appreciate in value without their constant direct effort. Understand equity. Your net worth isn't just your savings. It's your assets minus your liabilities. The fastest way to build wealth is to own equity in something valuable that grows over time. Leverage multiples. A profitable, automated business can be sold for a multiple of its annual profit. That's how you turn a few $100,000 in profit into a multi-million-dollar net worth. It's a force multiplier. Time is an ally. When you own assets, time works for you, compounding your wealth. When you only earn, time works against you, with taxes and living expenses constantly eroding your efforts. Go focus on one thing, relentlessly, no diversification for newbies. This is where almost everyone screws up. They hear about millionaires having 7 income streams and think, I need to diversify right now. So they spread themselves thin across crypto, day trading, real estate, e-commerce, and ATM business, and a dog walking service. 𝐌𝐨𝐬𝐲𝐞𝐲. The power of concentration, diversification is a hedge against ignorance for those who already have massive wealth. For you, the hungry, ambitious builder, it's a recipe for mediocrity. Hit the threshold. Imagine pouring water into multiple cups. If you want one to overflow, you pour all your water into one cup until it's gushing. Then, and only then, do you start pouring into the next. The entrepreneurial journey. Embrace the uninformed optimism, to informed pessimism, to valley of despair, to informed optimism, to achievement cycle. Don't quit in the valley of despair. That's where most people fold, and that's where the real transformation happens. 3. The long game. Build a skyscraper, not a sandcastle. You want to get rich fast? You build a flimsy tower in 10 seconds. You want to get super rich and stay rich? You build a solid foundation, brick by brick, even if it takes a little longer. Quality over speed. Initially, don't rush to monetize a mediocre product or service. Focus on making it unbelievably good. Get rave reviews, cultivate word of mouth, and let your customers become your most powerful advertisers. The virtuous cycle. Build an amazing product, promote it, get feedback, fix the product, promote it again. This is a continuous loop that builds a strong, sustainable brand and customer loyalty. Reputation is gold. Your brand is your reputation. Protect it fiercely. One bad experience, one shady deal, one broken promise can tarnish years of goodwill. Compounding goodwill. Providing immense value beyond what people pay for customer surplus creates goodwill that compounds over time, leading to disproportionate returns and explosive growth. The VAW, the value equation. Craft offers they can't refuse. It's not just about what you sell, but how you sell it. Your offer is everything. It's the strategic lever that affects every department of your business. Dream outcome. What's the ultimate result your customer desires? The bigger the dream, the more valuable your offer. Perceived likelihood of achievement. How likely does your customer believe they will achieve that dream by buying from you? Build trust. Showcase results. Provide guarantees. Time, micro and macro. How long will it take them to get the result, micro? How long do they have to commit macro? Minimize both. Effort and sacrifice. What new things do they have to start doing? Effort. What old things do they have to stop doing? Sacrifice. Eliminate or minimize these perceived costs. 5. Marketing and sales. Command attention, close the deal. You can have the best product and the best offer, but if no one knows about it, you're dead in the water. You need to master the art of getting leads and converting them into customers. 8 advertising methods. Understand the 4 you can do: warm outreach, content, paid ads, cold outreach, and the 4 others can do for you: referrals, employees, agencies, affiliates. Pick one to start. Founder involvement. Initially, as a founder, be deeply involved in both marketing and sales in the beginning. It's cheaper, and you'll learn invaluable skills that will serve you for life. Choreograph sales process. Develop a clear step-by-step sales script and process. This maximizes conversion rates and allows you to teach others how to sell effectively as you scale. 6. Paying yourself balanced risk and reward. This is highly subjective, based on your individual risk tolerance. But don't make the mistake of doubling down on your business indefinitely without ever taking profits. Force cash flow. Set personal goals for your bank account balance. This forces you to take cash out of the business, encouraging both cash flow and personal spending discipline. The 33% rule guideline for capital-intensive businesses. Consider allocating 33% to yourself, 33% to growth, new location sliders, and 33% to cash reserves. Long-term perspective, you're playing a long game. Don't sacrifice your quality of life today for a mythical future wealth. Balance investment and consumption. 7. Setting goals. The scientific method for success. Forget vague aspirations. Your goals should be activities, not just outcomes. You can control your inputs, and inputs drive outputs. Activity-based goals. Instead of make $100K this month, set a goal like do 100 outreach calls a day or create 100 minutes of content a day. This puts you in control. The scientific method for business. Problem. Clearly define the specific problem you're trying to solve in your business. Hypothesis. Formulate an if-then statement for how you'll solve it. For example, if we redesign the website, then conversions will increase. Measurement. Define how you'll measure both the action X and the result Y. Execution and analysis. Did you do it? Did it work? Iterate and adapt based on the data. Q8. Hire smarter. Not just more, your team is your limit. Your business will only be as strong as its weakest link. And that weakest link is often your team. Your standards for talent are probably too low. Raise the bar. Implement the raise the bar rule. Every person you hire should raise the average talent level of the team they're joining. The brains of the business. The size and intelligence of your team's collective brains directly correlates with the size and success of your business. Hire for experience. Don't hire someone green for a leadership role you've never done. Hire someone with 10+ years of experience who's already made all the mistakes on someone else's dime. Quantify roles when interviewing. Look for candidates who can describe their role using specific quantifiable metrics that directly impact revenue or profit. 9. Go for better, not just bigger. Quality wins long term. The pursuit of bigger for its own sake often leads to bloat and bankruptcy. The pursuit of better inevitably leads to sustainable growth. Order of magnitude better. If you're entering a new market, aim to be an order of magnitude better, 10x than existing solutions. This creates irresistible demand. Focus on core promise. Don't get distracted by ancillary revenue streams or new initiatives until your core product or service is exceptionally good in generating organic growth through word of mouth. Quality in the details. True quality comes from relentless iteration and attention to countless small details. Think of it like applying multiple coats of paint to your work. Quality over quantity. Initially quantity is needed to learn, but once you understand the game, focus on making fewer, higher quality pieces that yield disproportionate returns. Ignore the noise. Focus on your core mission. The world is drowning in noise. Critics, doubters, distractions, social media, fake urgency. If you listen to it, it will infect your focus and kill your ambition. Silence is power. The real breakthroughs happen in silence when you're doing the work no one sees. This activates your brain's default mode network, crucial for self-reflection and future planning. Protect your focus. Your attention is a biologically limited resource. Every distraction is a withdrawal from your cognitive energy reserves. Guard it like treasure. Don't explain, execute. Prematurely sharing goals can dilute your neurochemical drive. Get dopamine from execution, not external validation. Embrace being misunderstood. If you're truly evolving, you will confuse those who aren't. Let them talk, you keep building. Critique versus noise. Learn to distinguish constructive criticism, valuable feedback from credible sources, from destructive criticism, meaningless noise from those who haven't done the work. You've just been handed the keys to the kingdom, the unvarnished truth about building massive wealth. You've seen the lies, exposed the traps, and now you have the blueprint. This isn't theoretical, this is battle-tested, proven strategy from someone who's lived it. But here's the kicker, knowledge alone is worthless. It's potential, nothing more. Action is power. The world doesn't reward those who know the most. It rewards those who do the most. You have a choice, right here, right now. You can go back to your comfortable little lies, your scarcity mindset, your passion-fueled poverty. You can complain about the system, blame your circumstances, and wonder why nothing ever changes. That's the path of the average, the path of the mediocre, the path to a life of quiet desperation. Or you can step into your power. You can embrace the discomfort of growth, the loneliness of discipline, and the relentless pursuit of mastery. You can become the architect of your own destiny, the commander of your financial future, the individual who attracts success because you've become worthy of it. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for the perfect moment. That moment will never arrive. The perfect moment is now. The moment you decide to take control, to act, to build, to become. Start small. Pick one thing from this blueprint and commit to it relentlessly. Whether it's researching a hungry market, crafting a compelling offer, or simply dedicating 1 hour a day to building your financial empire, start today. This isn't about hope. It's about design. It's about intentional, consistent, disciplined action. It's about forging an identity that is unstoppable, unbreakable, and unapologetically wealthy. Your future self is waiting. What story will you tell them? A story of excuses and missed opportunities, or a story of ruthless execution and triumphant success? The choice, my friends, is entirely yours. Now go out there and get what you deserve. Make it happen. Make it rain. You're the wolf.